Hi, I'm Marsha Wright. Thanks very much for joining me again on one of my little snippet tips. And I'm today going to be talking to you about a very important subject. And I only have a short time to do it, so I'm going to really try to condense it all. I want to talk about managing your risk when you're running a business. A lot of the time people leave themselves really exposed just because they don't really know what they should be doing to protect themselves and protect their own interests. So, you know, I really wanted to just kind of give you a couple of tips to protecting yourself. Before I do that, I just want to give you a very quick scenario, and I know my time is real short. So, a scenario I was going to give was a business owner, somebody who sets up as, say, a sole trader, runs their business, opens up different accounts, gets credit cards, bills, debts, etc. for the business within that company, within their company. But I say company, but it isn't really, it's you trading as blah. And the reason why people mostly open sole tradership businesses is it's the easiest thing to do. You don't really have to it doesn't really cost anything to do it. You don't have to inform the Inland Revenue for what I believe is about 3 months after you begin and when you start trading, etc. So you've got a little bit of time. It's not very hard to do that. But for what it lacks in the startup effort, and I say effort because to do a limited company is about £30, £20–30. But for what it lacks in that startup effort, it more than makes up for in your personal liability for all of the things that you agree. Now, what I would suggest is that you step away from just doing everything as a sole trader, because when you acquire all those debts, all those bills, etc., if for any reason you get yourself into a predicament that the company, that you can't continue running that company or you can't continue building that business for whatever reason, I mean, you know, if Lehman Brothers can close down, you know, small to medium businesses are going to have problems. And you know, I'm speaking to so many people who have issues even making payroll. So I understand that not everybody is in a position where they're oozing with cash. You have got lots of clients, even clients of mine, who have got lots of money. But it's not just always about money. It's about the risk level, because the more you have, the more you have to lose. If you have a home, if you have you know, credit cards, and you've done secure finance, you've got cars on leases, etc., the more things that you own, the more that you have to lose if you're not protecting yourself. So taking that example of the sole trader with all those debts, all those bills, etc., that is a personal liability that you have, even with the Inland Revenue, etc. So my tip would be, if you have a sole tradership business, you're going to really need to look at starting to move all of your business and everything into a limited company. I can't go through all of the little tips and tricks that I would love to go through. For example, things like going offshore, using offshore business structures to really protect your interests and the tax benefits and everything. I don't have all the time to do that now, but it's something that I do. But I will say this, just on its lower level, get in contact with a formation agent, okay? Somebody who forms companies. They can do all the stuff. You can do it from your home or from your office. You do everything online, 23, 24, 25 pound later, you've got that. Use a registered office, either with them or keep your own address as a registered office. Get a virtual office as well, just to make yourself sound a little bit more professional when you give your address out. And what I'll also say, most importantly, make sure all of the contracts that you sign, any agreements that you sign, bank accounts, the whole shebang, everything that you sign, you don't have the words personal liability in those documents. If you're personally liable, that means even if you close your company, you are still liable to pay those debts. You are still responsible for those debts and those bills. So what's important here is that you just think about the possible exits that you have to do before you start forming a company, before you go into anything. And also for you, if you're doing these internet businesses, online businesses, etc., it doesn't excuse it. You must make sure that you keep the business operations and your personal money, etc., keep everything separate. Keep everything managed, and most importantly, keep yourself free from risk. If you've enjoyed today, I have to stop now. I really wish I could go on a lot further, but if you have enjoyed these little tips here, please go to my website, marshaWright.co.uk. You'll see that there's lots of stuff on there. You can find out a little bit more about me. Also, you can join me on Facebook. I'm really active on Facebook, and I actually respond to messages on there as well. So you can go to find me on Facebook, which is facebook.com/MarshaWright.co.uk. That's facebook.com facebook.com/marshawright.co.uk. So I'm looking forward to being your friend on Facebook there. And otherwise, there's lots of other content that's on my website as well, on marshawright.co.uk. There's also the live events that I'm doing, things that I'm up to as well. So it'd be great to actually see you, meet you at one of these upcoming events. And you can also sign up for my radio shows and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, go over to marshawright.co.uk. Thanks very much for joining me today. Have a fantastic day and be safe.